Okay, it's time for another Saturday, kind of a stinker. You know when you got to move houses and you move to a place and you got to buy new furniture? Well, that's what Newcastle's going to have to do because you're going to the relegation zone. Looks like it. Newcastle hosting Swansea City. Tyrone, what's the mechanics on this one? Take me through it. Newcastle, is it bye-bye?
Yeah. It was bye-bye ages ago. It just hasn't been confirmed yet. You know, it's just, they're an unwelcome smell in the Premier League. Everything about them from their gluttonous owner who doesn't like being up there. He's a Londoner, he's a Spurs fan apparently, Mr. Ashley. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, he's a big-time Spurs fan. And not a particularly nice one like Andy. He's bought this club for a laugh and now he's in the shit. He cannot sell it for love or money. You've got this amazing city, and I mean that city live for that club, and so I do have some sympathy for them. But if you're going to go into January and your salvage package includes Andros Townsend and John Joe Shelby, who are okay players, but my God, they shouldn't be gracing any team in the top 10 in any division, in any league in the world, as far as I'm concerned. You're in big trouble. They're in massive trouble. They know it. Rafa, was he the secret weapon? No, that guy's been washed up for some years, I feel. That's it. They're going to be hosting Swansea, who did all right against Chelsea last week, didn't they? They beat us 1-0, but it was a very good 1-0. I mean, they were well.
They've been good since they got rid of Monk anyway.
They have been.
They've had a really good.
Okay.
I mean, they were deep in it when Monk left, and since the new fella's taken over, they've been really good.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go so far to say this. If he'd have taken over earlier, Ashley Williams would have been in the shout for Team of the Year. I mean, he's been very, very good. He has been very, very good for them. And so,
Talking of which,
oh, right. Oh,
No spoilers yet.
oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm a big fan of Ashley Williams, and I like Swansea, and I like Swansea to absolutely knock the last nail into the coffin of Newcastle, and hopefully they can restructure over the next couple of years, but it's going to be real tough for them. Bye-bye, Newcastle. Swansea win 2-1.
Jamie, I watched Newcastle play. Their defense looked like it was listless. It looked like they had no energy. Are they going to lose? Is it over? Did they give it up? Have they all realized, it's over? We're not going to try anymore.
That goal that I think it was Shane Long that scored it, where he just literally just walked straight through about two the midfield line and the defensive line. Still had time to probably just stand there, get a cigarette out, maybe have a smoke, then put it into the goal. This lot are an absolute joke. I'm so happy that this lot are in the Premier League, because otherwise Palace would really be looking like they're in some trouble.
Nice.
Swansea, I want to give quite a bit of love to Swansea, especially Gylfi Sigurdsson, who I think for me has been the best player in 2016 in the whole of the Premier League. If he wasn't there, their manager would not be getting them out of it, nor would Ashley Williams. He's the heartbeat of that team. 4 goals and 1 assist in the last 5 times. And Swansea have scored at least once in 7 straight games. He's been involved in pretty much all of it.
The defence doesn't lie, though, all the same. It's one thing.
But without him there, you'd be very worried if you're a Swansea fan, because I don't think they've played very well, especially under this new manager. A lot of their wins have come when, no disrespect to him, when he's been ill in hospital, because he's been quite ill, and they've had Alan Curtis in the dugout.
They're rallying for him or something like that.
Yeah, it kind of feels like with Curtis that they play really well, but he just doesn't want the manager's job ever, at all. He'd rather just sit in the background and someone else manage it, because he's been there the whole time. They've had new managers every time. But anyway, getting back to the game. I'm not really that excited about this game. I think Swansea will probably nick it, maybe 2-1. Newcastle gone.
All right, Andy, come on, throw me the hay.
I can't throw you any hay for this. The Jamal Lascelles, the Newcastle player, he was overheard when he got sent off a few weeks ago, saying none of them give a shit. And that's.
Did you hear Yanmat punch the wall, broke his hand?
Did he?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, they're just awful. They really are. I mean, it's the worst. It's worse than the last Newcastle team that got relegated. But I just feel really sorry for the fans, because they just deserve better. The fans aren't wandering around with a sense of entitlement, knowing we should be in the top 5 or 6. They just want Ashley not to be there and have an owner that gives a shit. I mean, they in previous years they did have a sense of entitlement, but that's gone. That's been beaten out of them by just looking and seeing the Sports Direct logo everywhere.
I think it's a bit like you don't know what you've got till it's gone, because they moaned about Pardew for so long. He got them to 5th one year.
Yeah, but
they moaned.
But you guys,
yeah, but look at Newcastle.
He was capable of nearly taking them down as well.
How many games have they won, do you think, since he's gone though? He went last
But the
January,
thing is, when he went, they hadn't won in ages when he went.
They were on an okay run when he went. I'm just defending Pardew. I just think their fans were an absolute joke for about 5 years, just moaning about Pardew when he probably got them. He almost got them as high as Keegan got them.
They always want a Geordie in there. They always want a Geordie. They're not going to get that.
He was basically, the rumour has it, he was hired because he bumped into Ashley in a casino. And
The season Chelsea won the Champions League, they finished above them.
They did.
That's a really good achievement
They
for
beat
that
us
club.
up at home.
Because they've not had any players in that team where you've been like, oh my god, they're amazing. They've had Yohan Cabaye, but like he hasn't done great things this season.
In defence of the fans as well, I mean, the club's asleep at the wheel. They just sell all of the good players, and Alan Carr's dad goes and finds, he struck lucky with a couple of Frenchmen 6 years ago, and just thinks, I'll just keep buying young French players. That'll do. That's my thing. He must have shares. He must have a timeshare out in France. The only reason he's going out is just he doesn't seem to scout anywhere else. They're going to lose. Swansea don't really have to do much to beat them, so I don't think it's going to be a massive score. I've got this down as 2-1. But again, I don't really think Swansea have got to do anything at all to beat Newcastle. They're doomed. They're dead. They're buried. They're gone. Let's move on.
Na 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 na. Hey hey hey. Goodbye. That's how the song goes. That's what everyone's singing for you, Newcastle. The panel has spoken. 2-1. That's what they're all saying. 2-1. Make your own team. Go to DraftKings.co.uk. Put together your own 11-man team. You could win. Welcome to the big time.